Battle through the firmament. Great World. Chapter 486. Two Dao Emperors. The inner city of Shaoclan had returned to its usual calm state. It was as if nothing had happened in the past, which was enough to change the color of the sky and the earth. In one of the residences in the inner city, Shaoyan held his breath and focused all his attention on the starlight silent step. Apart from the heavenly monic fire-burning body, this was the second holy arts he had obtained. Unlike the former, he didn't cultivate any star power, so it would take him a lot of effort to learn it. Star power. Zhu Xingyu seems to have practiced this kind of ultimate skill before. Sitting in a pavilion, Shaoyan pursed his lips. He recalled the time when he was in Star Moon Island's profound crystal realm. The ultimate skill that Zhu Xingyu used was not much weaker than Zhu Buyi's ultimate skill. Zhu Clan. He sighed. Shaoyan had given up on this idea. As one of the four major families in the star field, the Zhu Clan's foundation was much stronger than the Shao Clan's. With his current ability, he really didn't have the ability to do business with the Zhu Clan. If I can't control the power of the stars, then this starlight silent step won't be able to reach its true strength. At most, it can be considered a monic arts. He shook his head helplessly. Shaoyan's eyes were filled with unwillingness. The difference between the holy arts and the monic arts was too great. They were on completely different levels. Calming his heart down, Shaoyan combed through all the cultivation techniques he had practiced. No matter if it was the Four-Spirit Emperor technique or the Yin Scroll Jade Fairy gave him, there was not a single cultivation technique that involved the power of the stars. This path was also easily sealed off. When we arrive at the academy, we will ask a few elders. After pondering for a moment, Shaoyan gave up on the idea of asking the Shao Clan's great elder. He was in the Shao Clan, and he possessed the monic flame. He had already been coveted by many people. If the news of the starlight silent step was found out by those elders of the Shao Clan who harbored evil intentions, he would be in an extremely dangerous situation. Putting aside the cultivation speed of the starlight silent step, Shaoyan once again focused his attention on his origin key cultivation. After such a long period of time, he had even gone through 2 months of trekking in the woods of Star Moon Island. His origin key had finally reached a saturation point, and he could break through to the second monic emperor at any time. In the headquarters of the Shao Clan, Shaoyan did not have as many concerns as he did in the past. He raised his fingers. In an instant, countless origin monic kiss seemed to have received a call as they crazily rushed towards the former. Boundless origin kiss rushed over and wrapped around Shaoyan. The unusual movement of the origin kiss in this area instantly attracted the attention of Laying and Yanjin. Although their strength was low, they had received quite a bit of influence in the Shao Clan over the past few days. They knew what the different intensity of the origin kiss represented. When they saw Shaoyan's actions not far away, they sucked in a breath of cold air. This fellow is stronger than I imagined. Laying withdrew from his cultivation. He looked at Shaoyan and clicked his tongue in admiration. However, there was a sense of helplessness in his tone. That youth, who was like an ant in their eyes, had not only surpassed them, but had also reached an unimaginable level. After all, this is the bloodline of the Shao Clan in the Fighting Dao Qi continent. Now that the bloodline power has been stimulated, it's only natural that it has reached this level. The corner of Yanjin's eyes twitched slightly. A hint of envy appeared in his eyes, but he still comforted himself. Shao Clan, it's hard to believe that even you and I, as the patriarchs of the 8 families, don't know about this. Laying sighed and didn't say anything else. He looked at the youth in the pavilion with a complicated expression. Don't think too much. Our current situation is the lowest existence in the great world. Yanjin narrowed his eyes and looked at Laying. Ever since Laying came to the great world, his fiery temper had obviously been restrained. After saying that, Yanjin sat down on the stone bench once again. It had to be said that the solid foundation cultivation technique given by the Shao Clan was not bad. For newbies like them, after cultivating, they felt that their ki was continuous, and the visual perception had been improved. In just a few days' time, the two of them had already reached the level of a 6-star Dao sovereign. With the help of the Shao Clan's resources, they could almost advance to the sovereign realm with 100% success rate. Hu. Dense origin monic kiss kept bombarding Xiaoyan's body, continuously entering his body. The latter's limbs and bones were like bottomless pits, greedily dividing up the huge origin kiss that had entered his body. Within his body, a red origin chains that emitted a red glow was like a bridge that spanned across the heavens and earth. Its aura was shocking, as if a king had descended. The huge origin key that entered his body followed the meridians of the flame mantra and entered the origin monic crystal. After that, it surged out again, quickly forming the second origin chains. Hualaya. A moment later, under the continuous collision of the boundless origin kiss, the sound of metal colliding suddenly resounded. In the next moment, a scarlet-red chain was formed with a loud bang. With a light buzzing sound, an endless scarlet-red aura spread out, causing all the organs that came into contact with it to be strengthened a step further. Boom! At the same time, Xiaoyan, who had his eyes closed for a long time, suddenly opened them. In his eyes, the dense crimson aura finally dissipated. Within his body, a crimson aura was like a rainbow. It rushed out from the top of his head and an enormous aura burst forth. It blasted the pavilion into dust, and the surging aura had yet to spread. It slowly dissipated. Not simple. However, with 2 Monic Emperor Ki, their Ki can already rival 7 or 8 Monic Emperor Ki. Before Xiaoyan could recover his senses, the Great Elder's voice had already reached his ears, causing him to be slightly startled. He focused his gaze and looked at the Great Elder in front of him. Xiaoxunye ran away. Seeing the Great Elder's calm smile, Xiaoyan's heart skipped a beat, and he asked uncertainly. He ran away. The Great Elder nodded his head lightly. There was no change in his expression. Almost all the elders of Shao Clan were sent out, but he still managed to escape. This might be the will of the heavens. At the level of the Great Elder, he had started to attach importance to the so-called will of the heavens. Therefore, he didn't have too much of an emotional fluctuation. Xiaoyan didn't know what to say when he heard this. Although he had guessed that Xiaoxunye could escape, he still found it hard to believe that Xiaoxunye could escape from the hands of so many heavenly sovereign expert and monic cultivation warriors. Even he himself didn't have the ability to do so. Right now, I'm just worried about one thing. If Xiaoxunye is controlled by the soul demon, with his talent, if he reaches the heavenly sovereign, I think no one in the Shao Clan can stop him. The Great Elder's eyes suddenly turned gloomy. He gritted his teeth and spoke with a heavy tone. Xiaoyan's heart skipped a beat. He instantly imagined the scene described by the Great Elder. Currently, Xiaoxunye was able to escape from the hands of many experts. If his strength were to skyrocket in the future, no one knew how terrifying he would be. Fortune and misfortune. I wonder if Xiaoxunye's appearance at this time has anything to do with the recovery of the soul demon. The Great Elder shook his head, and a serious expression emerged on his face. He was certain that Xiaoxunye would become one of the overlords of the star field or even the great world. I reckon that the news of the elders of Shao Clan going out has already been discovered by many major powers, especially the Thunder Cloud Clan. They have always wanted to replace Shao Clan as one of the 4 major families. I reckon that they will investigate this matter thoroughly. If you go out from the inner city, they will definitely target you. Therefore, if you want to go to the Yunlo Academy, you must be prepared to face the endless pursuit of the Thunder Cloud Clan. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.